Hello, my name's Adam Cook, and I'm excited as hell to be here with Chris White. Chris, are you alright?
I am bloody good, mate.
Now, Chris, I'm going to be speaking slightly quicker than I normally do because we are only allowed to show 10 minutes of Super Mario Odyssey, which you went all the way down to that there London to play. Chris, is it wonderful? Tell our lovely audience everything you're allowed to tell them right now.
I will. It's bloody brilliant. Yes, it's a hell of a lot of fun. It's a nice. I'll be honest. It's nice to see a platformer, a Mario platformer again, and it's nice to see one in the same vein as Galaxy because, you know, outside of the, you know, Super Mario 64 and Super Mario World, this is probably going to be up there if it's, you know, if it's as promising as what I saw at the preview event, because it constantly. The thing with Nintendo is you wonder what can they do with Mario. You know, they've done so much with him, and you think, especially a platformer, well, how are you going to beat? How are you going to beat Super Mario World? How are you going to beat 64? How are you going to beat Galaxy? You know, but they always manage to do it to some extent. And Cappy, your little kind of sidekick, is just that they've done it with that. They've kind of made it relevant again, and there's a gift there. You know, they've got a lot of brains there at Nintendo, and they've made this something really cool and really good fun, and using Cappy to do that is just the next phase for them, really.
So it's interesting to me because the one Mario game you didn't mention there, which is, I should say, I haven't played this yet. I'm incredibly jealous because it's up there on my most wanted list. But the one Mario game I've seen this compared to, certainly when it was first announced and shown, which you didn't mention there, interestingly, is Super Mario Sunshine. And the reason I find that interesting is because a lot of people at the time enjoyed Sunshine, but looking back realise it's not that great of a game.
Well, you see, I'm slightly different. The reason I didn't mention it because I was never a fan of Sunshine.
Okay.
So I didn't put a lot of time into it. It wasn't one of my kind of favourites. I just didn't get on with it. But
does that mean you don't think that Odyssey is like Sunshine?
Oh no, I wouldn't say. From what I played, there were certain elements to Sunshine, but I just feel it's more in the vein of 64, just because of the.
I mean, that's exciting.
The kind of the openness to it, but then there's more. It's not just slightly open world. I mean, it is closed, so it is open, and there is, you know, what I can talk about is the three kingdoms. I was
going to ask you about how you access the levels, because I've seen obviously a lot of footage, because obviously I've watched some of it. How is this in terms, like, what? Weird question, I suppose, but it's obviously a preview version of the game. They only let you see so much of it. You obviously, I would guess, saw different worlds that you can go to, yeah?
Yeah. So
how do you access them, or was it a preview build and that, like, once you finish this level, it automatically goes to the next level? What's the overarching sort of style there? So
basically, we just loaded up a save and it took us to these worlds. But in terms of when you play it, I believe you travel via your Odyssey and you just go. You basically get on, select a world. Obviously, I've not seen this, so I don't know. But I assume that, you know, it's very much your ship is like your hub to travel to places.
Should we then, because if you haven't seen it, it seems we're just speculating. So in terms of what you did play and you can talk about, talk us through the levels that I haven't. I said I'm jealous. What you have seen?
Yeah, gladly. So there was 3 kingdoms I got to see, and they kind of gradually increased in size and what was available to you. So the first kingdom we saw was Cap Kingdom, and it's essentially the one you meet Cappy at. It's a very kind of black and grey world, like.
Really?
Yeah, but it only serves as like kind of like a bit of the narrative where you meet Cappy and from there you basically go into the other worlds where it's a lot brighter and you basically you encounter Cappy. You find out that he can be used to turn things into certain. It turned you into certain other items and people and stuff like that to kind of help you get along. And the first time I used him was in this Cap Kingdom, and it was, as I say, it was black and grey, a bit grimy, a bit horrible. You find Cappy, and you find there's this like kind of huge mountain that you have to kind of get to the top at, and you can't jump because you're not big enough, you're not tall enough, you're not, you know, athletically gifted. And you find a little frog just sat there.
Right.
You throw your cap at the frog, boom, mustache, you're the frog. You can jump really high, so you can jump onto the platform, so you can jump higher, and you eventually get to the top of this mountain. So it's your first kind of teaser as what, you know,
It's
what.
a tutorial by the sounds of it.
Yes, it is basically. It's kind of like preceding the main adventure. And then
I've seen people say that you can use just the gamepad like a controller, but I've also seen people use the Joy-Con separately, where you actually throw the cap. Did you do both, or what did you do?
I basically, when I was, because I played it on main TV and the pad, so I used the Joy-Con separately. But I was I mean, I never used kind of motion controls or anything. It was just tap. I think it was tap
And you
Y
didn't
to-
feel like, this would be better if I could throw, because I was worried that the way they were showing it was
Yeah.
throwing, and I'm sorry, I'm going to say it. I'm that guy. I don't want to play that kind of game where I have to throw the cap. I'm quite happy with a button, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I was happy to just press the button, but I
Okay.
mean, it wouldn't be too bad to use use it to throw,
But you don't have to.
You don't have to. It'd be like playing Galaxy on the Wii. You can
Yeah.
use that. It's fine if you want to do it. But this, it was absolutely fine just playing it like that.
Okay.
So at the end of that Cap Kingdom, you fight one of the Broodals. You know, these new kind of bosses that are involved in the game, which are essentially these deformed bunnies, not Rabbids deformed bunnies, but like they have got something to do with Bowser's wedding to Peach. So they're part of the planning or something. It's really weird. But anyway,
it seems it.
yeah, so you fight them. But anyway, you get past Cap Kingdom. There's two more, and there's the Luncheon Kingdom, which is a really kind of colourful, weird world where it's kind of encompassed in this purple ocean made of goo, and it's a bit grim. And you kind of got to see more of the capping mechanics. So there's like this big fireball that was jumping out of the kind of ocean and of this purple shit, and you throw your cap at it, you turn into it, and that's how you kind of get across it, because there's so many certain platforms, but the kind of land in the distance is quite a bit away, so you can't just swim to it. You die if you jump in, and it took a while to kind of work out, because you're still trying to work out what cap you can actually do.
Right.
And it turns out you can actually turn into quite a lot of different things. So I turned into that. I turned into one of the Hammer Brothers, which was cool.
Oh yeah.
And he used him to break down this kind of wall where there was a doorway behind. So that was great. And then, yeah, anyway, you get to explore Luncheon Kingdom, which is cool. But then the main one was the Seaside Kingdom, which was probably the coolest because it was the biggest, and it showcased the photo mode, which was announced.
Sorry, what?
You know, the photo mode for the.
I did not know that. I missed that bit of news.
Oh man! Right, so
What,
quickly,
like as in Sony does?
as in photo mode, yeah, as in the. So
Okay.
So basically, you've got filters now. Being Nintendo, what kind of filters do you think they're going to be? You've
Silly
got,
ones.
Yeah, you've got, and also like old
Snapchat,
school.
basically.
Yeah, but it's like Game Boy and NES and SNES.
Oh,
You know,
that's cool.
it is really cool.
I've missed this completely somehow.
Yeah,
mate.
man,
Totally missed
it's,
this.
It's really cool. And like I spent a lot of time playing with that as opposed to the actual mission.
Right. fair
So
enough.
so anyway, once you've kind of played with photo mode, I had to kind of crack on, unfortunately, you know. But I got to turn into one of the fishes, you know, the cheeps, the like red and white
Yeah,
fishes.
yeah, I know what you mean.
Turn into them. You use them to kind of get through some trickier bits where you can't hold your breath for as long, so you turn into one of the fishes to get maneuver the ocean. This huge beach with this big boss sat in the middle, and he's basically a big squid octopus thing, and it's like the boss is layered, so you don't just fight him and then try and knock his health down. You have to do certain things to then take his health down, to then get a chance to kind of attack him.
See, that sounds quite sunshiny.
Yeah, right, okay,
But the thing is, the sunshine. We're running out of time. We can't talk about
Exactly.
sunshine, but it had good ideas. Just listen, we are running rapidly out of time. This is terrible because I feel like there's a lot more to mine from this and a lot more to discuss. But listen, what you can do that we can't show you here is to go to godisgeek.com. I'm literally watching a timer run out. shit. You can go to godisgeek.com. You can read Chris's full impressions in written form, where there's no time limit on what we can say. But that's it. That's all you can see. That's all we can show. I'm really sad. This is horrible. Chris, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
And make sure you go to Twitter as well, First Avenger 83, and you can ask Chris directly. God, we're out of time. Chris, thanks very much for being here.
No,
Everyone else,
take care.
goodbye,
Bye.
goodbye, everyone. See ya.